Hi, I'm going to do my talk in English. It's not that I'm such a good an English speaker because I have to practice. That's why I chosen the English. That's the first thing. And the second thing, when I'm awkward, I like to talk in different language than Slovene. It makes me feel much more relaxed. So for now, you know, I'm awkward. I don't give a lot of speech. I'm a teacher. So when I teach, my students have to shut up and they don't know shit what I'm talking about. But in front of you, I give you really good respect. Otto is one of my friends. He always talks the best things about you, so hear me out. I have a little, because I didn't know if I'm going to be boring for you, so I get a little game inside of my presentation. I hope you're going to all like it. If not, that's it. Like he said, get a drink, that's it. And first thing I saw on live stream, I went on the page and it was so dark that everybody is gonna think that we are from another country. So I say hello to all Pakistani viewers and all the others who are watching us. So about in May, I decided to do a website for my friend Elvis, who you know makes ONDU pinhole cameras, which are really great. I have one, I don't use it because I don't know how. And that is all the payment I got for this, shop. You're gonna see how great this shop is. Okay, so what is Spree? Spree is a commerce open source solution for Ruby on Rails. It started in 2007. Current version is 2.3, and the GitHub is really, the community is really large. Before I did this presentation, I checked it, and it was really minutes ago that was less commit. It is useful, to my opinion, yes, but it has a really, in some cases good documentation, in some cases bad. And if I'm gonna ask you, I had some problems, what do you think, the documentation was good or bad in that case? When you have a problem, documentation is always bad. When something goes smooth, the documentation is also smooth. My game is, who is the singer of this? Who sings this? It would make easier on you. We got someone to blame. No? It's you too. Famous song. Okay, next. This is for free, yes. The next thing, I'm not gonna go to the next slide if you don't guess it. Okay. Why did I decide to use Spree? Before you see, but for me was that I can host it on Heroku, that is open source, that is based on Ruby on Rails. I'm not so good on Ruby on Rails. This is my first big project that is in production. Before I did some mini experiments with Ruby. Because the Spree has been around for a while, so I guess I thought that it's going to be all okay. And the main thing, I thought I know my shit, but I didn't know it so well. For me, it was cool to say Micha already also started with Spree, but decided to let go. So I felt so much prouder that I went it and finished it all the way. Okay, who is singer of this? No?
We're not a very musical folk.
I see. It's Depeche Mode. How come? Okay. And I chose this on the wrong day of the wrong week. And I used the wrong method with the wrong technique. Okay. So how it all went. The first installation was really great. I started to configure all the things. I see the pain is coming to me. Then I tried to deploy it all onto Heroku, and the pain was really hard. And somehow I push it all to Heroku. It's not as simple as it seems. I'm going to explain why. Then I tried to change some templates inside the Spree. It was okay. Spree has some configuration things you have to know. Then when I started to use the Spree, and Heroku and put it all on Amazon cloud, I think the pain of level 11 has reached and passed on. So I asked for help. Thanks, Otto. I have your commits, so don't laugh so much. You're gonna see what you said about it. When I figured it all out, put it on, and all these troubles are away, I have one really good feature, not feature, how do you say lastnost? Property of myself. I tend to forget a lot of things. So now, when I look at back, this took for me, I don't know, 2-3 months. But this is the project that now I would do, I don't know, in a week. But when I look at back, I said, no, it's not so big. It was not. So days before launch, it was not so bad experience. And I think this kind of song, I don't think you're gonna all guess. It's Jugorok, it's EKV, okay, don't. So this is it. Any questions?
What do you teach?
I teach web design and database. Okay, it's not the whole presentation. I thought you're gonna all go, no, we want more, but my joke didn't work out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say more about Spree and then I'm gonna talk about ONDU's product. So this is Linkin Park. I know you all guessed before, but for me. So I'm going deeper underground. How do you use Spree with Rails and you want to deploy it on Heroku? The first thing is you do only the basic Rails app and you deploy it on the Heroku. Because Heroku, if you use Spree integration in the beginning and then try to all deploy it to Heroku and Spree don't talk very well. I think they were in some kind of relationship before and they broke up and have some past. I don't know why Spree don't like Heroku building their database, so you have to first deploy the whole app on Heroku, just the plain app. Then you add the Spree GitHub. Then you add a gem of Spree, and then it all comes back to Heroku and works really good. But before, this took me for about 1 week. And the most painful thing is when you search on the Google and you see the whole 2 pages of Google results and you have clicked them all. So you don't know where to look anymore. So, Jamiroquai? Still no? Okay. So then I started to use Amazon, and I'm so glad that Otto helped me. And I think this all says the most how Otto was helping me. So first thing he wrote, never use turbolinks, and then later on what the fuck? What did you mean with that? Is there some kind of control or modeling or view in extreme programming? Yeah. And so when I configured my Amazon, I used USA servers, not European, because Spree doesn't work very good with European Amazon servers. That was some kind of a pain for me. And this took me for about 4 or 5 days and a lot of caffeine to figure it out. For everybody who's gonna join on the Spree ride, please contact me, or if you would like to feel pain, do it by yourself, no problem. So it's still Jamiroquai, okay. When I started to transform Spree template, I figured out the Spree has a very cool view structure. You can use default and just change the things you don't like, because the templating was done by my very good friend Matej, and it was really good template, but he made it all in just the plain HTML, so it was really painful for me to transform it to Spree look like, but in a way I figured it out, and this is just some kind of cheat sheet for you. So you have to use you have to use secure links when you refer to the different server, because if you use the ordinary, it won't work and you won't have an error. And when you see before the commits from auto, you have to learn turbo links before you start using this. Okay, this is rest English. Banned from Velenia, still don't. Okay. So if you want to do it, first read the Spree documentation, because when I finished all and it all kind of worked and I started to building in products and pictures, and then another kind of pain came because I don't know how it is possible, but Spree has some things you use, and for my first configuration I was so smart that I say I don't want Spree default data on my database, so I tried to do it all by myself, and that was wrong. So I suggest you to use Spree default database examples so that you can build on it. Something that was painful for me, I don't know, Spree has some configurations. I wanted to send email from is that Pakistani guy? I shared my tweets. Okay. So, for example, it took me about 3 days to figure it out that Spree has don't send email default in it, and I tried to do it all with Rails and Mandrill on Heroku and everything else, but it didn't work. I even asked Jure, it's behind. Thank you, Jure, for helping me. Then to figure out that it was something in Spree configuration. One bad example for Spree is item options. So you know, you want to sell clothes and you want to give color and size and everything. And for Spree, that means that every combination is a new item. So if you have 3 sizes with 3 colors, you have to put in 9 elements. And this was also painful for me, so we kind of tweaked it a little bit to not to do so much. And some part of documentations are outdated, especially those that you're going to have problem with. That is for sure. Okay. When I finished the whole page, put it on the server, Heroku, and all worked very great. Then I started to putting in the items, and I figured out some things that are not default. So my suggestion for you is, again, use the default Spree database so that you can start on. For me, the text category was a must. You have some zones that you put different countries in, so that countries can have their own taxes and their own shipment location, because Spree is a really web page for biggest shops. And what was my problem? I changed some JavaScript, and it looks like I tweaked some things I didn't have to do it. So default JavaScript from Spree didn't work, and I couldn't choose the country and the state, and all hell broke down until I figured that out. And the best thing, Spree really doesn't give you much answers where to look for your error. And this was just fishing in the dark, or how do you say it? I was just testing this and that until one day I figured out what is wrong. So really, if someone's going to go down this road, contact me. I'm going to share it with you. Robbie Williams, still don't. You know the singer, Robbie Williams. Okay. So country state problem, I just explained you. So my solution is, there's no states, they're just countries. So when you ship it to United States, you have to, in your address, the one has to put the state where it's going to ship. So again, use data to fill your database. Rolling Stones, big popular band in America. No? Okay. Shipment methods and all things, I'm gonna just skip this because I don't think it's very interesting part. One thing that was cool, but I figured later out, all items have to have some kind of amount. Say if you don't have enough items to ship, it's not gonna display at all. So, but then I figured out that Spree has also one configuration when you can ship items you don't have on stocks. And that was for me just okay, because I didn't know how many items Elvis has, and I didn't want to show him where to put in all the latest item counts. So we do this by Spree documentation. And now what I still have to do. So for me, Heroku, a free version, so with just one, with one instance it works perfectly. Uptime is great. I still have to do some invoice statistic prints. You have invoice in it so that Elvis can print along and ship it with, but he needs some kind of statistics to send to his accountants. And label prints, because he ships only once a week, so that he can print all the addresses and ship at once. We have to put in API for MasterCard and all the other things. And what really disappointed me was that Spree does not have very good client communication inside. So, for example, if you don't have an item on the stock and you just want to send that customer an email, please wait for another week. You have to do it in your email client, not inside the Spree, which I think will be the most right thing to do. I didn't know how to put this in elsewhere. Okay, some configuration. We are not going to go through this. I put it on just because I put these slides also on SlideShare, and if someone stumbled upon it to see what I did, and these things were golden for me, I know that Otto was also messing up with this, so I'm gonna just skip it. Okay, so did I disappoint you or leave the bad taste in your mouth? Who is singer of this? Did I make it easier on you? No. So, any question? This is really the end of my presentation. I would like to thank Maja. She's also here. Jure is here. Otto is here. Elvis, Matej, the bartenders for Kavarna Nova. I spent so much days there. I even met them all we call each other now. They miss me a lot when I don't do coding anymore. This is some of my things too, before and after the ONDU project, and this is all true. So, yes, I was married before, at the end of the ONDU project. I'm not married anymore, I'm divorced. I started to drink. Those who knows me knows that this is true. I never used alcohol before, and last weekend I was so drunk for the first time. I tasted some homemade cookies also, and I feel awesome. So this is the thing that ONDU taught me. Okay, any questions?
What were you trying to sell?
How? ONDU. I'm gonna show you the page. Probably will be the most. Back. Well. What?
Keep the PowerPoint.
ONDU.
It's been a year since we've set about to create the first line of the ONDU pinhole cameras. And with your help, we have evolved and gained invaluable experience so that we can bring you the best possible products. We didn't set about to create just another pinhole camera, but a product to be cherished and admired in the hands of the owner for years to come, and a creative tool for exploring the world of alternative photography. It should go without saying that our team at ONDU strives for quality craftsmanship at every step of the camera creation process. Sustainable and conscious design is what keeps us going. Each camera goes through our hands numerous times in order to reach the quality standards that all of our products possess. All the camera parts, including the basic raw materials, walnut and maple wood, are sourced and produced locally. Pinhole cameras use a tiny pinhole-sized aperture to produce an image. Since it doesn't have a lens, it produces unique images with dreamlike qualities that cannot be produced in any other way. Currently, we produce 5 different models of cameras, ranging from the 135 to the 4x5 inches camera. We are already expanding our product range to include new models and accessories that will make pinhole photography even better. In the digital age of mass photography, I feel there is a need for people to experience and create images with light in a different way. The element of surprise, unpredictability, and the thrill of anticipation, this to me is real photography. With our cameras, I hope you'll take the time to step back and enjoy photography once more.
Maya is also the owner of ONDU camera. Did you use it? Sure. Okay.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you, Islam. Sure, sorry, one more question.
Okay.
It's not actually a question, but it's a comment for the slides. Did you use TextMate or Sublime?
For what slides?
For
Text.
You had screenshots, right?
Yeah, I do Sublime Text.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a plugin which you can use to copy code into RTF format, and then you can put it directly in slides.
Oh, great.
And it's good because you said that if someone will find your config, but it's screenshot.
Yeah, so it's yes.
So I just think that you can include RTF and then it's text.
Great. Thank you for that. Thank you.